Thursday, October 30th, 2025. Today on The Bold and the Beautiful, Taylor establishes boundaries with Deacon, Beth persuades her parents to allow her to marry them, and Lee attempts marriage counseling. As Beth shows up at Brooke's house wearing a possible wedding gown, Liam and Hope talk about her mother providing the house for their ceremony. They all show their joy. Hope informs Liam that she personally told Carter about their engagement after the toddler runs off. It's safe to assume that he won't serve as an official. After overhearing, Beth decides to assist her parents in debating who should conduct their wedding. When she chirps, "I think it should be me," they are stunned. The tot is moved and tries to explain why she can't, but she is adamant that she wants to wed her parents. A long-faced Carter informs Daphne at Forrester that Hope recently informed him that she is engaged to Liam. Daphne asks if this is challenging for him after acknowledging that she has heard tales. Carter says he's pleased that their family has reconciled. He's thinking about the future and fresh starts. He tries to kiss Daphne, but she twists her cheek. Carter laughs and says he will put in the effort if she asks him to. Sheila questions Deacon's whereabouts at Il Giardino. Naturally, he ends up to Taylor's office, where she informs him that the conversation will be about the two of them rather than a professional one. He's hoping she won't let him go. Taylor highlights the several ways in which their interactions have been inappropriate. Deacon is aware of. However, he is unable to stop thinking about it. We've all heard Taylor's warning that it can't happen again. Naturally, Deacon concurs, but it's clear where this is headed. Lee shows up at the restaurant to check on her, while Sheila texts Deacon to get back to her. Strangely, the doctor begins giving Sheila advice on how to keep her marriage intact, telling her not to turn back now that she has made such progress. She will need to exercise patience. Sheila worries that Taylor will control her future. Back at Taylor's office, she is aware that Deacon still has feelings for Sheila and advocates for the healing power of forgiveness. "Deacon, there is no us. You are my patient and I am your physician." Liam and Hope choose to have Beth officiate their wedding at Brooke's house. "This is going to be the greatest wedding ever," the child proclaims. Sheila apologizes to Deacon for deceiving him and lying to him about Luna when he finds her in their apartment. After realizing that she was lugging this bombshell about, Sharp admits that he simply couldn't be there, but he was reminded that everyone makes errors. Deacon cautions that although he is still upset and saddened, he is not prepared to end their marriage. Sheila flings herself into his embrace. She understands that Taylor brought him back to her. She will never be able to pay her back for this. The house on Brooks Hill glowed with twilight warmth as laughter from the living room drifted toward the terrace. Hope still sat on the rug, Beth curled beside her, their sketchpads scattered with half-drawn flowers and stick-figure wedding scenes. The air smelled faintly of lemon polish and rosewater, Brooke's subtle touch, proof she had been bustling around helping under the guise of tidying up. Through the open window, the sound of crickets carried in, soft and rhythmic, like nature applauding the idea of one more Forrester-adjacent wedding on its way to the altar. Liam had slipped outside to call Wyatt, eager to share the news but half afraid of the teasing that would follow. "You're doing this again." Wyatt's voice crackled through the speaker, playful but warm. "You two are like the world's most stubborn boomerang." Liam laughed. "Yeah, well, maybe this time we finally land." When he hung up, he stood for a long moment staring toward the city lights. Something in him felt different, quieter, older. Maybe it was Beth's voice echoing in his head, that tiny, commanding, "I think it should be me." He smiled, realizing his daughter's words had more wisdom than he'd given credit for. She wanted to marry them because she wanted permanence, and wasn't that what he wanted too? Permanence instead of patterns. Inside, Brooke knelt to collect colored pencils. "You know," she said to Hope, "when you were Beth's age, you planned entire weddings for your dolls. Always the same groom though. A tall, brown-haired hero who saved everyone." Hope blushed, laughing softly. "Guess I always liked a happy ending." Brooke's smile dimmed, just for a heartbeat. "Let's make sure this one sticks, sweetheart." She squeezed Hope's hand, motherly warning layered beneath affection. Across town, the night took on another temperature entirely. cooler, uneasy. At El Giardino, Deacon locked the door and flipped the sign to closed. The restaurant was silent except for the distant hum of the refrigerator. Sheila sat at the counter nursing a glass of wine, watching him in wary silence. He could feel her eyes tracing his every move. "I saw Taylor today," he admitted finally, voice gravelly. Sheila's grip on the glass tightened. "You what?" "Relax," he said. "It wasn't like that. She's my therapist." Her laugh was sharp. "Your therapist who can't stop touching your hand?" He frowned. "It's not what you think." "Oh, I think it's exactly what I think." She slammed the glass down. "You disappear for hours, you come back smelling like her perfume. Don't tell me I'm paranoid." Deacon rubbed his face. "I'm trying to figure things out, Sheila. About us. About who I am when I'm not fighting the world." "Who you are," she hissed. "You're mine. That's who. See, that's the problem." His voice rose before he could stop it. "I don't want to belong to anyone." For a moment the silence between them was knife-sharp. Then Sheila's expression cracked, revealing something fragile. "I don't know how to do this without you," she whispered. Deacon's anger deflated. He moved closer, gently lifting her chin. "Then we do it differently. No more secrets, no more threats. We try to be human." She gave a trembling laugh. "You think we can?" He didn't answer. He just pulled her into his arms, holding her until her heartbeat slowed. In that embrace hovered both salvation and doom. At Taylor's office, the lights were low. She sat alone, staring at her reflection in the darkened window. Her own words echoed back. "There is no us, Deacon." But the tremor in her hand told another story. She thought of Steffi's question earlier. "Are you open to a new relationship?" And realized how long it had been since she'd even considered it. Every man she'd loved had belonged to another woman. Ridge to Brooke, Deacon to Sheila. Maybe that was her pattern. Chasing what she couldn't keep. Her phone buzzed again. A new message from an unknown number. "Thank you for today. You reminded me why I still believe." Taylor's lips parted. The text wasn't from Deacon. It was from Lee. Curious, she opened it. "Whatever you said to him worked. He's calmer. Maybe you're better for Sheila than you realize." Taylor frowned. Better for Sheila. What a twist of irony. The woman she most distrusted giving her credit for saving her marriage. She typed back a simple glad to help but left the phone on the desk, unread after that. Her gaze drifted to a photo of her family. Steffi, Thomas, the grandkids.